Hey everyone, how's it going? I'm making this podcast simply to kind of talk about what I thought would be really cool to have in WrestleMania 31 match, specifically in between Sting, Triple H, and The Undertaker, and how we can take those three guys from WrestleMania 31 and turn it into a match between Undertaker and Sting in WrestleMania 32. So to begin, in order for this to work the right way, you need to make Sting and Triple H the main event of WrestleMania 31. Because if you don't, it's not going to work correctly with what I think would be really pretty rad to do. And plus, not many people want to go see Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns anyways. So I think it's pretty much a win-win. As long as Triple H versus Sting is actually a good match. But anyways, no one really even wants to see things like Cena versus Rock anymore. We can only see that so many goddamn times. So scratch that, get rid of that, get rid of the main event for Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns, and start with the main event with Sting versus Triple H. Have it the main event, and believe it or not, I think we should make it maybe 5 minutes. And before you get angry at me and everything, listen to what I have to say. So have Triple H notice that Sting really isn't trying that much. So just have Sting not really trying that much at all in the match, really lagging behind, making himself kind of look not really that good of shape and everything, and really not into the match. And then this is going to be very similar to the famous finger poke of doom. So if you don't know what that is, just go look it up on the internet. Just make Sting really give up and not really give a shit about going against Triple H. And because of this, Triple H is going to really physically show how angry he is that not only the fight was so easy, but he was playing just all these stupid mind games for nothing to not even put up a real fight. And then end the match, okay? So Triple H wins very easily within 5 minutes. That's it, okay? Next match actually is going to be Undertaker versus Bray Wyatt, okay? So actually, let's make that the main event now. And now, of course, we're going to have these amazing entrances because both these guys have really cool entrances. And hopefully this match is going to go for a while, and hopefully it's as good as the previous WrestleManias, not including Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar, because everyone really disliked that match, including myself. That really wasn't a good match. But most of the Undertaker matches before that, hopefully it'll be just like those ones, because those ones are really, really good. So, right near the end of this match, Undertaker's about to do something like the tombstone to Bray Wyatt, just to redeem his own loss at WrestleMania 30, to show he's the boss, he is the, sorry Shawn Michaels, Mr. WrestleMania, right? And then out of nowhere, the arena goes black, lights out, and out of nowhere, the lights come back on, and there appears Sting directly in the center of the ring, staring right at The Undertaker. Undertaker drops Wyatt with his eyes fixated on Sting, both of them just staring each other down. And then again, lights go out, Sting disappears, lights come back on, and then Wyatt randomly just hits Undertaker in the head with his urn, and then Wyatt gives Undertaker Sister Abigail. 1, 2, 3, Wyatt beats The Undertaker. Now, you may be asking yourself, what the flipping fuck am I making Undertaker lose again? 2 years in a row for WrestleMania. Listen up. Undertaker gets gets up, he gets really furious, he's angry that he actually lost once more, 2 times in a row. And then he starts looking towards the entrance ramp, and then he sees Sting staring at him, right at the top of the entrance. And then the crowd goes silent, not knowing what's going to happen. Then Sting starts walking down the ramp to the ring, so we're expecting some big fight gonna happen with no match, just they're gonna brawl. And then halfway down, once Sting is halfway down to the ring, down the ramp, Triple H, he enters. He's yelling into the microphone, yelling at Sting for using him to get to The Undertaker, because he's now realizing that that's the only reason Sting came to the WWE. He doesn't want to go against Triple H. He's just using him to get to The Undertaker, and he clearly did that perfectly well. And then Triple H does one of his really angry boss promos that he's pretty damn good at this point. And then he just basically says, if you want to face Undertaker Sting at WrestleMania 32, you're going to have to go through me. So it's kind of similar to the Daniel Bryan thing in, I think it was WrestleMania 30 last year. have Sting have to beat Triple H this WrestleMania, so they're going to have a rematch in order to actually be able to be allowed to fight The Undertaker next WrestleMania 32. So basically, even before Sting is able to accept or decline this offer, his offer, Triple H is just going to run after. He just runs down there and they just start brawling because Triple H is just so angry. He just wants to fight him and kick his ass. And then hopefully, because I don't know how well a Triple H versus Sting match would be, with them actually fully trying to be good at it. Hopefully it'll be a good 20 to 30 minute match, okay? And this is officially going to be the main event. So hopefully the two start exchanging their finishers near the end, with the Scorpion Death Drop, the Stinger Splash, these sorts of things, and Triple H's pedigree. And then right after this, Triple H is going to get the kind of be able to one up Sting and do something to him to take him out. And then he's going to exit the ring while Sting's down to get his sledgehammer, his trusty old sledgehammer. And then out of nowhere, Undertaker is going to appear. He's going to choke slam Triple H outside the ring. And then right before Triple H gets up, Undertaker is going to pick up his sledgehammer and he's going to hit him right in the head. And then Undertaker is going to push Triple H into the ring. Sting hits Triple H with the Scorpion Death Drop. Triple H exits the ring because he just lost. Undertaker enters the ring, and the two stare directly at each other, face to face, at WrestleMania. Then they both look up in that usual Undertaker look at the WrestleMania sign, and then the show ends. So I hope you guys like that, and I think that is probably the best way we could make it so Undertaker, in a way, redeems himself, because hopefully, as long as he has a good match, even if he does lose to Bray Wyatt, as long as it's a good match, I don't think there's any way to make Undertaker look bad. This way, Undertaker doesn't have to. He can help put over Bray Wyatt and actually make him a star, even bigger star than he is right now. It doesn't tarnish Undertaker's legacy because it redeemed himself after Vince McMahon tarnishing his Undertaker's legacy by forcing him to lose. And then Sting versus Undertaker is finally going to happen at the next year's WrestleMania. So I think it's a win-win, triple win on everyone's side. It's best, in Triple H's stupid words, it's best for business. And more importantly, it's best for the fans, because that's what people want to see. They want to see Undertaker versus Sting. And I've never actually been a fan of actually wanting to see this match, Undertaker versus Sting. But the more I think about it, and especially when finally seeing what they're actually doing with Sting, connecting him to Triple H for a match, I'm really leaning towards and hoping that something will happen, that Undertaker versus Sting will happen, because as much as I don't really necessarily want to see it, I'd much rather see that than Sting versus Triple H, because I really don't care about Triple H, and I think Sting could do a lot better finding someone to go against. So hopefully you guys like that, and hopefully maybe this will actually happen. I highly, highly doubt it. At this point, I highly doubt Undertaker is even going to be open to it, based on him being sort of like not ring ready anymore. After seeing last year's WrestleMania, he really shouldn't be wrestling anymore, sadly. But he only screwed with us one time, and maybe he'll definitely redeem himself this year. So hopefully you guys like that. Like, subscribe, whatever you want. Just hopefully we get this kind of match, because I think that'll do some really good stuff for not only WWE but specifically the fans, because the fans are really kind of not getting the greatest matches or stars in WWE right now. Thanks.